The singing and cheering of EFF supporters outside the Sarah Baartman Hall at UCT was drowned out by the voices of those opposed to Professor Patrick Lumumba's presence on their campus.
In my opinion, Professor Lumumba has a lot to say, and he has a lot to contribute to the African people. And his mission is much bigger than any sexuality. Most of us are aware of Professor Patrick Lumumba. He is definitely one of the brightest minds that we have here on the continent, and he does a great job motivating and inspiring many Africans, and we salute him for that. We appreciate him. We want to hear more from him because we care about wisdom. We care about learning from those that have lived experience, and definitely those that care about Africans uniting. So because of his attitude towards uniting Africans and his care for the people and changing the narrative for Africa, the EFF called him or invited him to make a speech during their 10th anniversary celebration, which we all welcomed it. And we were saying that it's nice to see our people coming together because Professor Lumumba is from Kenya and EFF is a political party in South Africa. So it was nice to see. Even though I've mentioned this before, Patrick Lumumba and Julius Malema don't agree on everything, but they agree on the main important thing, which is we need to unite and change Africa for the better because we have been suffering for so long. We've been exploited for so long, and it's about time that we change things for the better. So you know what differences I'm talking about. It is about the LGBTQ rights. So he was invited to make a speech, which he did, by the way. But some LGBTQ activists camped outside that hall and tried to stop Professor Lumumba from speaking. Just imagine this, fam, because they didn't agree with what he said when he was asked about the Uganda new bill.
They'll never go to Brunei. They'll never go to Saudi Arabia. They'll never go to Indonesia to tell them. It is Africans who they think are tails to be wagged. So on this issue, the government of the Uganda and the people of Uganda, I am with them 100%. There is no freedom outside of the law.
How do you balance the decision or right to choose?
Choose what? The choice must be limited according to the mores of a different community. And in any event, should we be talking about LGBTQ when we have no food on the table? And the danger, including with you journalists, is that now when you interview people, you have your own position that you want to impose on us. We refuse.
And this is the speech that they were referring to, and they were not happy that he said that. So they wanted to stop him from speaking.
The singing and cheering of EFF supporters outside the Sarah Baartman Hall at UCT was drowned out by the voices of those opposed to Professor Patrick Lumumba's presence on their campus. They said the EFF's inclusive stance cannot be reconciled with its invitation to Lumumba. When Uganda passed its anti-gay laws in May, described by many as oppressive, EFF President Julius Malema took to the streets in support of the public outcry to Uganda's law. But when the party announced Professor Patrick Lumumba as its keynote speaker at UCT, his critics said this flies in the face of its inclusivity policies.
We are not fighting, we are not doing anything. The only thing that we are saying is don't be two-faced. The EFF 3 months ago marched with us to the Ugandan embassy saying they did not support the anti-homosexuality bill. But what is coming to us right now is they are now supporting and calling Patrick Lumumba to come inside. And we are only just saying it's not okay, it's not fair.
In my opinion, Professor Lumumba has a lot to say, and he has a lot to contribute to the African people. And his mission is much much bigger than any sexuality. We need to understand that we are fighting for our people. We are fighting for the next generation not to go through what our fathers and mothers went through, what our grandparents went through, what we are going through. We're trying to break the cycle, break the curse. And here are some people, just because they don't agree with him in one area, they want to shut him down. They want to silence him. They want to take away his voice. How ridiculous is this, fam? This man is talking about Africans needing to change their narrative, Africans being able to provide for themselves, Africans being able to take care of their own family members, Africans being able to say no to exploitation, Africans saying no to neo-colonization and mental slavery, and here they are talking about what they want to do in the bedroom. This is just really, really unfortunate and sad, but I want to show you his speech. Even though they tried to silence him, it didn't work. He went up there on the stage and he said this.
10 years ago, the economic freedom fighters became a movement in this part of the world. 10 years ago, our leaders, led by the President and the Commander-in-Chief, Julius Selo Malema, sat down and determined that South Africa must take a different direction. 10 years ago, he put together many great young men and women who now bestride the South African political terrain like the fabled Colossus, organized in different formations, headed by the commissars who are here present, whom I salute, supported by the fighters on the ground, whom I salute, because in the last 10 years, you've done a great job. In the days when you started, there were those who doubted, those who assumed that you are just but a flickering flame which would disappear, but you've refused to disappear. 10 years ago, there are those who thought that you are a passing cloud. You've refused to pass. 10 years ago, there are those who thought that you are mere irritation. You have continued to irritate as you must. 10 years ago, South Africa did not know who you are. Today, they recognize who you are. I am happy to be in this land.
What a powerful speech, and I'm glad that he is supporting EFF. Anyways, fam, let me know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wangil Zalalem. I'll see you on the next one. Stay blessed. Bye.